What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Breaking News. Epic rant and EIDL lawsuit. Are you ready? Are you ready? It's Thursday, September the 1st, 2022. Please do me a favor to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and go find us over at trysmallbiz.com. That's trysmallbiz.com, where you can advertise your company today. trysmallbiz.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, did you see the AVCT in and out, 14% profit in about an hour, trying to buy it back right now at 22 cents? More on that later or in another video. Today, I want to focus on a class action lawsuit that is officially being brought forward in the great state of California, how this particular law firm has already sued the SBA with respect to EIDL. What's the questionnaire all about? How much is it going to cost you, if anything? And whatever the hell else I can think of before this video is out. So ladies and gentlemen, pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee, ice cold beer, glass of wine, whiskey on a big rock, bottle of champagne. Here we go. All right, what caused me to delete my Twitter app last night and then reload it today and call a bottom what? Within 35 minutes? Shopify, DraftKings, ARK at 40. Where is it? 41.80? What? Are you kidding me? Those clowns on CNBC were trying to say that ARKK was going down to 30 or less. Wrong. Do not listen to those clowns. You listen to me. I'm the guy that's got you up over 1,200% since March the 1st. In over 40 trades, by the way, including AVCT. But today is a quick summary of I had to look there. It's supposed to be in airplane mode. I'm trying to buy the damn stock back at 22 cents. That was an E-Trade alert. We don't edit around here. There is a massive lawsuit brewing. I'm going to cover it in great detail, but I have to tell everybody what happened last night. Try to imagine you're me for a second. A Dallas Cowboy fan, speak and see. Huge Buck fan. They're coming to Dallas next week. I'm a little nervous because our number ones haven't played at all in preseason, but again, more on that later. So yesterday I'm having one of those days. Maybe you've had one yourself. Let me remind everybody, for the last 2+ years, I've done over 437 to be exact videos, almost every single one about EIDL. This guy right here has helped raise billions with a B in EIDL grant and loan money, and we ain't done yet. If you're stuck in reconsideration, or hey, you want the 10K because you're a middle-income community, there is a $6 billion bill in the Senate that I will be talking about in detail early next week. But today is all about the rant and the lawsuit. So I'm having one of those days. Facebook keeps hitting me up because I owe them a ton of money. I personally spend over $100 a day, every day, 7 days a week for 4.5 months now. So my bill was due. And full disclosure, folks, I'm not a rich guy. Back in April, I pulled half my money out of the stock market. Missed a ton, by the way. 6 figures of gains because I went on a tear in May, June, and July. But I paid off my truck, $48,000. Paid off my credit cards, $45,000. Paid down my house, almost $100,000. I live a very simple life. And I take 80 cents of every dollar that we make in premium memberships at trysmallbiz.com, and I put it right back in the business. Over $100 a day in Facebook ads, new servers that launched last week. By the way, toll-free number tomorrow, 800-something small biz. You're going to be able to call me, if not tomorrow, Monday at the latest. I got a brand new phone sitting right there. You want to talk to me about EIDL? You want to ask me a question about a stock I recommended, or maybe one you're looking at? I used to be a licensed broker for 15 years. I'm thinking about getting my license again so I can legally and extensively give you advice when it comes to making money in the stock market. Because in case you haven't noticed, on Twitter at TrySmallBiz, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Not those clowns on CNBC. Right here, I know how to make money. You and I, at least some of you, are going to make a fortune over the next 30 years. But I'm having one of those days. Facebook wants a bill, several $1,000s. I have not taken my foot off that gas. I will never take my foot off the gas. We had 896,000 Facebook followers in a business I had from 2010 to 2017. And I got almost 1 million of those followers. I got 140,000 to join the site that I had. Same thing's going to happen here. Not much happened the first 2 or 3 years. That's why I'm telling you, $1 a day for 3 years, you'll invest about $1,000. And then in year 4, 5, and 6, and 7, it was like a hockey stick. It took off. It was absolute madness. And then I got tired of babysitting a bunch of clowns who were treating the site like a dating app. So I said, the hell with this. I'm done, but I'm back. And it's trysmallbiz.com. Give us $1 a day for the next 3 years. I can promise you it's going to be one of the best investments you ever make. So I'm sitting there yesterday, and I'm upset. And GFAI is starting to run. So I'm thinking, uh-oh, I need to pay a bill. It's running. I need to pay a bill. It's running. And then some guy reaches out to me, and he says, and I quote, "You stole $1,200 from my wife, and oh, by the way, I know where you live." Well, I was having one of those days. So I said, "Really? Well, how long is it going to take you to get here?" And it was dead silence. He realized I wasn't fucking around. He wasn't fucking around. So we decided to play the game. I said, "Okay, fine. Where did your wife see me?" "On Twitter. I'm looking at your account right now." "Oh, let me guess. You see a heart with an SB logo?" "Oh, yeah, it's you." I said, "How many followers do I have?" 87. I said, 87, huh? Really? What's the URL? The what? Twitter.com/ what is it? It's TrySmallBiz. It's you. Okay, spell it out for me. TRRY. I said, hold up a second. TRRY? Yeah, TRRY, small business. I think it was 2 Z's or a 1. I said, "Pal, do you realize that's a fake? That's a scam. That's a con. I have 10,000 followers or thereabouts. I have never, in case you haven't heard me over the course of the last 2 years, at least 1,000 times, I've never taken any dollar, not one fucking penny for EIDL, and I never will. So one more time, never call, email, or text someone in the comments. It's a scam. You do not send money to anyone. I don't care if it looks like me, sounds like me. By the way, they're starting to use local Georgia numbers to pretend it's me. They'll even say, by the way, we'll give you free stock picks. These motherfuckers are doing anything to get your money. One of the reasons why I've got a toll-free number that launches tomorrow or Monday at the latest is so if you see something suspicious and you're thinking, man, I'm about ready to drop $1,200. I think it's Jason. I know he's told me not to do this, but I'm going to call him. And I'm going to say, "No, pal, no, sweetheart, don't do it. It's a scam." And just like the guy who ended up telling me a very heartbreaking story of a family business that him and his wife are hanging on by a thread. So ladies and gentlemen, I got mad as hell because I had to sell GFAI a tad early. There's something called a 3-day rule. Most stocks in a healthy market run for 3 days when they break out. In this kind of market, 2. So it broke out at 35, went to 36 and change. I got to pay a bill. I said, as soon as I sold it at 4 o'clock, this motherfucker's going higher. It did. It went all the way up to 50 cents last night and again today. Some of you cashed in at 46, 7, and 8. Congratulations. You're very welcome. So I was livid. I had this call. I was once again accused of being a fucking con artist, something I've never done. I let go of a stock. And by the way, because I invest 80 cents of every dollar, I depend on these earnings, including the 14% I just cashed in about an hour in AVCT in order to live. The good news, through the grace of God, I live a simple life. I haven't done any drugs in over 15 years. I don't have any toys. No snowmobiles, jet skis, motorcycles, none of that stuff. My life is you trading the stock market and trying to help you make money at trysmallbiz.com. So before we talk about this lawsuit, when you see me go a little berserk, every now and again realize I'm at my wit's end. I've been doing this for 2 years. It is Groundhog Day that never goes away. And the reason I keep pushing, and that includes getting you the 10K if you live in a middle income community. There is a bill in the Senate. We have a chance. Getting more deferment, we have a chance. It's an election year. They just gave the students that still have a debt anyway another 4 months. And I do believe that loan forgiveness is possible, but not until the 2024 election when they try to buy more of your votes. All right. With that said, let's talk about a lawsuit. When I dropped this news, and by the way, shout out to the great Speak and See, who was the first to mention this in a video. I think it was 2 nights ago. I mentioned it yesterday. It was crickets. Nobody cares. This is also what kind of pissed me off. God's playing tricks on me again. has a sense of humor. Thank you, God. Turn the lights off when I'm about to go down a road I shouldn't. Look, some of you have been bloodthirsty, demanding a lawsuit now for what? 2 years, especially in the last 6 months. Well, here we are. And by the way, there's another one in Nevada, Texas, and Florida that's getting real close. But this is Class Action 101 out of the great state of California, and they have sued the SBA before. In the pinned comment, I'll put the questionnaire that you're going to need to fill out. I'll also put a 50-page dissertation or summary from the case they had going back to January of 2021 when they sued the SBA with respect to EIDL on behalf of a construction company in California. I do believe they lost that case. In fact, no one, to my knowledge, has won an EIDL case in the last 2 years as a result of the pandemic. It's almost impossible to beat the federal government. It's what's called a protected entity. If it was easy, they'd be sued every hour on the hour, but it's not easy. They only lose about 5% of the cases. And when they do lose, they appeal. And that can drag on for 18 months. So I, along with those other two guys, have tried maximum pressure. And we were 6 months to a year in front of $2 million caps, 24 months of capital, 30 months of loan deferment, and 15 grand ultimately went to low-income communities that were in the purple zone. But I ain't done yet. There's a bill in the Senate to get 10K to at least 600,000 people in middle-income communities. I'm still ranting and raving, most of it behind the scenes, to get another 6 months minimum of loan deferment on the EIDL. And then, yes, I will be the #1 most relentless motherfucker with respect to EIDL loan forgiveness over the course of the next 2 years. It won't be easy. It is not a guarantee, but this much I can promise you. I will push with all my might. What we have today is from the law offices of Larry R. Glazer. His partner's name is Nicolette. There's supposed to be a Zoom call either Saturday or the following Saturday. Stay tuned to Speak and See and myself. We'll let you know what's going to happen. But it basically says law offices of Larry R. Glazer. This will be in the pinned top comment. COVID-19 economic injury disaster loan litigation. We are considering, I won't read all of this, we're considering filing an aggregate lawsuit, which is another name for class action, challenging the SBA's administration of the EIDL program, specifically the agency's practices and policies in adjudicating and dispersing loans. So this has to do, for the most part, with loans. Got denied, stuck in reconsideration, got screwed over related to a tax issue. The Glazers are your people. It's actually Glazer and Glazer.com. Glazer and Glazer.com. There's a question that it's called an eligibility assessment. It's about, what is it? I think it's 10 or 15 questions. It also says towards the end, you could be subject to a $2,000 fee if they decide to take on your case. What it looks like to me they're doing is they're trying to see who's for real and who's not. And one of the biggest reasons why it was crickets, in my opinion, when I announced this, is because 80% of the people that have been bitching and moaning to sue in the last 6 months to a year, once they're forced with the possibility of purging themselves in the court of law, suddenly they disappear. They go hide somewhere. Because why? They're full of shit. But some of you are not full of shit. You really got screwed over. This is what Glazer and Glazer.com is all about. So I won't grandstand. I won't take credit for this. I do not personally know Larry and Nicolette, but I can tell you, as I mentioned 5 minutes ago, this is just the beginning. And in closing, Miss Guzman, if you're watching this or your people are, this brings me no joy. It doesn't. I feel worse than I'm probably going to feel a week and a half from now when the Bucks beat my Cowboys and I'm forced to wear a jersey on behalf of the great speak and see of the GOAT, Tom Brady. But I hope that doesn't happen. But I digress. Miss Guzman, please know that I've tried with all my might, with all my heart and soul, not to have this happen. You still have time. You are defying 120 members of the House and Senate. I don't get it. 67 Democrats, 3 Republicans in the House, led by Strickland out of Oregon, and Joe Manchin, 46 Democrats, 4 Republicans in the Senate. And I've read both of those letters out loud. They're basically telling you finish the job. You have $7 billion due to idle subsidies. And for whatever reason, despite 95% of those demanding you finish the job are of your own party, she is a registered Democrat, ironically, in the state of California, where this massive lawsuit is about to drop in her backyard. But Ms. Guzman will call off the dogs. We'll tell these people to stand down if you give everybody a legitimate chance to get their idle loan increase funded. Otherwise, Katie bar the door. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, always remember that I love each and every single one of you, and thank you so much for watching.